Hi you guys, I'm back again with another quick video I want to share with you all, and just I'm going to try to be brief, but there is something I want to talk about that I think is very interesting. To make a long story short, I just got back maybe literally 25 minutes ago from a birthday party with my best friend, and I came home, unwind a little bit, and I was just sitting there thinking, I was just like, oh my God, like I have been friends with this girl, this woman for over 20 years. And I'm like, we have really been through, we are friends. Like, this is my best friend. Like, we've been through the ups, the down, the ugly, the good, the pretty, the bad, the indifference. With every area in our life we have experienced with each other. We went through it, we endured through some hard times together. We had some good times, more good than bad. And even to this day, you know, she is my best friend. There's no one that can take her place, I feel, you know. So I was just sitting there thinking, like, wow, like I am very blessed to have someone to call a friend, to honestly call someone a friend, you know, someone who listens, someone who cares, someone who is there, someone who is party. And I love the fact that we've been in each other's life for over 20 years, that we're able to experience each other in certain areas, as far as, you know, growing up and communicating and going out and having fun. It's not just, you know, we don't do clubs, but we do social lounges, and not only that, when we hang out with each other, but we go shopping together, get our nails did, do things within the community together, you know, work on projects within the church and charity events. You know, we're well-rounded individuals, and through it all, we just always been there for each other. We have been each other's friend, and best friends at that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, wow, you know, thank you God that you've blessed me with a friend. You know, a lot of times when we think of that word friend, you know, we're so quick to put these labels on individuals and say, oh, that's my friend, but in actuality and deep down inside, they really are not. And you know, they end up being, you know, manipulative, backstabbers, jealous, haters. You know, they don't always have your best interest at heart. But I can honestly say, you know, with me and with her, with she and I, is that we have really been best friends. And I was just like, you know, thank you God that, you know, through it all, everything that I've been through in my life, you know, experiencing some loss in my life, experiencing some hard times, that, you know, she was there. Even the good time, the birth of my children, she was there. You know, even my baby girl middle name is named after her middle name. So, you know, she's very close to me, and I hold her dear to my heart. And I, you know, like I said, I was just thanking God for that. You know, we're so quick to say, oh, she's my friend or he's my friend, but in actuality, they really are not. And so, in me thinking of that, and just, you know, celebrating our friendship within that moment, and not taking it lightly, because it could have very well went left, and it didn't. The fact that we still stayed down for each other, you know, I don't hold it lightly. I'm the type of person that really take relationships seriously. I don't hold them. I don't take it lightly. You know, if you tell me a secret, your secret is safe with me. You know, if I call you my friend, or I am your friend, I am your friend. Like, I have your back all the way. I really do take relationships very seriously. You know, it's an honor for you to invite me into your life, and vice versa. So I don't take it lightly at all. And just to through this 20 plus years actually, to have someone that is still there, like, wow, we're truly blessed to have each other. So when I was sitting here thinking, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to do this video quick, try to do it quickly, is that of some qualities that I think that a friend should have. And so if you take these things, probably you want to take it to analyze yourself, and also analyze those people that you call friend, and to see if they have those qualities or not. Not saying that they have to meet all 12, but I do think that they are the core, my personal opinion, of what a friend should have, or a person should have if they are your friend, or what you should have if you call yourself someone else's friend. So first thing first, and it's not in any particular order. I was just randomly, writing what I thought. So the first thing I think is that, and I got my little notepad, I'm always writing. I love journaling, writing, that's my thing. Is that I think that a friend, a quality of a friend is that they have to be honest. Me personally, I don't want anyone in my circle that cannot be honest, meaning they cannot be honest with themselves when they're wrong or need some correction or going through or whatever. And more than likely, they can't be honest with me. If I said something or did something to offend you, I need you to be honest with me about it. When I ask you what's wrong, I need you to open up and be honest about it. You know, if I'm asking you, hey, how do I look at this outfit? Please be honest about it. You know, you need to be honest with me. You know, if there's something that's going on, open up and tell your truth. Speak your truth to me, and vice versa. And I should be able to do that to you. So I think that's the first quality that, you know, one of the qualities that a friend should have and that you should have as a friend is that you should be an honest person. That should be a very strong suit as far as a characteristic trait that you should have. It says to be honest. Number two is that a quality that a good friend should have is that they should not be judgmental. The reason I say that is because when you're with someone and that's it, in a relationship, whether it's friendship, romantic, whatever, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly changing. You don't, I hope, you don't want to stay the same person that you was a month ago, a year ago, or even a week ago. You want to constantly change. In that change, in those transition, you may miss the mark. You may make mistakes. You may do something that's kind of questionable or kind of like, You don't want that friend to be so quick to judge you and, make you walk the blank and throw X's at you and just downright just tear you down because you made a mistake. You don't want them to pass so much hard judgmental, and you shouldn't as a friend be judgmental on them as all anyway. You should want to gain understanding, be there for them, and know that, hey, they're having a moment. This is not them. They're just going through, and love them through it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Don't sow a seed if they need correction. Of course, I do believe in, hey, going a little bit to the left. I need you to come back over here. You strand a little bit. This ain't how we rock. Be honest, tell them what's up. But to be judgmental and to pass judgment on that person as a friend or being a friend, I don't think that that's a good quality. So you want to not be judgmental. So that's number two. And number three is that you should be able to keep their secret. And you should be able to keep their secrets, and you should be able to keep a secret. I really think that is a very, very important quality of a friend. And the reason being is because we walk around, I'm a very firm believer in this. Like, there's something very magical about putting pen to paper. It helps dig up things in our subconscious mind that we can write out, and we can kind of figure it out on our own. But sometimes it's so much different. It feels so much better to express how we are feeling or what we're thinking or what we're going through to an individual. Yes, we can go to therapy. Yes, we can see a counselor, a minister, things of that nature. But to have a best friend, or to have someone that you personally know and you trust and that you love and depend on and know that should have your best interest at heart, should be your friend, your best friend. And it's something different about being able to come to them and say, hey, I'm feeling this way, I'm going through this, or this is what happened to me, or this is what's going on in my family, and this is that, or whatever. It should go no further between you and that person. They are coming to you in a vulnerable state, in a trusting state, and also to be like, okay, I'm going to open up and tell my friend what's going on with me, or what's going on in my family, or what I've been dealing with, or what's going on in my marriage, or whatever. So if it's a secret, I should be able to express how I'm feeling, just to vent and get it off of me, and maybe you can shed some light onto it. So you need to be able to keep your secret, even if you fall out, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing, because I have had friends where we didn't necessarily fall out, but we just grew apart, meaning that we grew apart. Our paths took us on different areas in our lives, and there are secrets that they have told me, and me being the person that I am, it's safe with me. Like I said, value relationships. I hold them near and dear to my heart. I don't care how little, how small it is, whether we're a co-worker, whether we're, we're in a church relationship, some type of ministry, some type of in passing. Even my Facebook friends, when they inbox me with issues and talk about things, I don't air their dirty laundry, because I take it as a blessing that they want to confide in me and reaching out for help or resource. So I hold that to my really near and dear to my heart. I don't tell business. I don't spread lies. I don't tell rumors. I don't do any of that stuff. So I think that's a quality of a friend, is that they should be able to come to you and be vulnerable and open and tell you their secrets, and you should be able to keep that secret. Even if you do go separate ways, or even if you fall out on bad terms, if they came to you in that moment, y'all were good, it's very, very trifling, very low down, and it says a lot about your character if you go and air their dirty laundry just because you're mad at them at something or whatever. I think that's just despicable for someone to do that. So that's a quality that a good friend should have, is that they should be able to keep your secrets and you should be able to keep theirs. So it's a two-way street here. So number 4 is that a quality of a good friend is that they should be you should be open-minded. You should want a good friend. To be a good friend, you need to be open-minded. And again, that goes back to what I'm saying as far as us. We are constantly evolving. We're constantly changing. We're going to different dimensions in our lives. We're not the same. So if you're very closed-minded and you're just stuck, you just have tunnel vision on certain issues, on certain things, it's going to be very hard for you to relate or your friend to adapt to you or even confide in you, because they know that you're probably going to be very closed-minded and you don't even want to open your mind up to what they're dealing with or what they're going through, what changes that they're going through in life. And so therefore, by you being closed-minded, you're passing judgment on them, and that's not going to do nothing but either dead that friendship, or it's going to push that person further away from you and just look at you probably as an associate or somebody they used to deal with. So be open-minded. Don't be so quick to just have tunnel vision about a situation, about a thing, whether it's because of religious beliefs or how you were brought up or what you don't do or do not agree with. Use your judgment on that. What's, as far as what's good, what's not, what's healthy, what's not, but just a broader spectrum. Don't be so closed-minded to things. Be open and be accepting of their change and their truth. So I think that's a 4th thing that a good friend should have, is that you need to be open-minded. And number 5 is that you need to be, and this is something that I am, is a great observer. A lot of times they say, oh, you're quiet, you're so reserved, and you're so shy, to a degree. But for the most part, I observe my surroundings. I observe people. I'm very intuitive. Like, I can pick up on energy. I can pick up on people's attitude, character. So in order for me to do that, I'll just sit and I'll observe. And to be a good friend, I think you need to be a good observer, and not just when it comes to observing that person, the other party in the friendship, but say, for an example, if you all go out somewhere and say, it is a party or it's to some type of club or social setting, and it's sad to say, but you go to these clubs nowadays, somebody want to act crazy, get to shooting or carrying on or fighting or whatever. If you're that friend that likes to, get a little lit, and your other friend, somebody gotta keep their head on the swivel to look out for you. So they need to be observant so that they can have you, both of you, you guys' interests at heart, and be able to, have your back in a situation like that. And also being observative when it comes to people. Sometimes we know I have been in settings where I'm thinking like this person is cool and they're okay or whatever, to a certain degree, but my friend being observative and being able to pick up on certain things as well, she's like, well, I don't know about him, I don't know about her. Yeah, well, watch out how they act in this certain situation, or don't be so quick to give in or whatever. And then so I'm listening as a friend, not taking it as she's hating or she's jealous or upset or nothing like that, because I know her. I know that she's my friend. I know where she's coming from, what angle she's coming from. So I receive it as is, okay, she's looking out for me. She got my back. So therefore, when I present myself to this person or in this situation with this particular individual, I'm able to adjust because my observative friend had given me some insight into something that I didn't see. So that's a quality that a good friend should have, that they need to be very observative. Number 6 is that they'll go the extra mile for you and they don't mind doing it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean doing everything for that person, meaning that you have to take them to the store and then take them to this place and that place and don't ask for gas. But no, I don't mean that. What I mean go the extra mile is just being there. For an example, I can remember there's been times, like for an example, when my father passed, and I'm always looked at as the strong one. Oh, Courtney, she's strong. She's strong, and to a degree I am. But I'm a woman. And I'm human too. That's my father. I don't have him no more. So it was a very, very tough for me, even though I was there for all of my siblings and I was the strong one, even to the point of signing the papers to release him, taking him off life support. I was the one to do that, and that was very hard for me. And to hold his hand when he took his last breath, and my best friend was there, right there in the room with us, and she was there for me. Yeah, even though I was saying, I'm good. She's like, I know you're not. So even though I was saying she could go, she never did. She just stayed there. She went the extra mile. Went the extra mile for me, doing things for me that I didn't ask her to do. Coming over, checking on me, bringing me food, making sure I'm okay. Just calling me hour on the hour, just going the extra mile. She didn't have to do it on her lunch breaks. Checking in on me. So a good friend should be able to do that. Just go the extra mile for your friend. Even if they say, "Oh, I'm okay," or whatever, "I'm okay," just do it. Go the extra mile. If they need you to, if you know that their car is broken down, it's broken down and it's in the shop or something, instead of them having to ask you, just do it anyway, because they need you right now. So just be there for them and go the extra mile. So I think that's a good quality that a friend should have, is to be able to go the extra mile for you. Not saying do everything for you, but in those times and situation where it needs you to kind of put your best foot forward and go the extra mile for them, you should be able to do that, and they should be able to do that for you also. It's a two-way street here. So that brings me to number 7, and that is what I love, is to be a good listener. A good friend should be able to be a good listener. The reason why I think that is a good quality is because when you are a good listener, you're able to gain understanding and knowledge to where someone is in the area in their life. You're able to probably help them shine some light on things that they have not that they have seen at a different perspective for so long. But if you don't listen to, and how you listen, you don't want to just listen to get feedback. You want to listen to gain understanding. And sometimes you just want to listen because they just need a listening ear. They don't need any advice. They don't need any what shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or what you need to do. Sometimes your best friend, or to be a friend, you just need to be a good listener because the other party just needs to vent. Just need to get it off their chest. So just learn how to listen to gain understanding, not to pass judgment on them, but just to listen because you want to gain understanding. So that's I think is a good quality to have, is to be a good listener. And number 8, and I think this is so important also, is the quality that a good friend should have, is you should not be a hater. A hater, if you are always constantly jealous, always constantly negative or whatever, I don't think you want to be considered yourself a friend or be anyone's friend if that's what you type of person that you are. So a quality of a good friend is that they're not haters. They're not haters, meaning that in life, sometimes we draw to each other because we have things in common. We're at certain areas in our life, like we're both probably, say for an example, struggling in our finances, or we're both in school, we're struggling students and we're just trying to make it. And if one and say I graduated, I got me a good job, but then my friend, not only did she graduate and get her a good job, but she gets married, I shouldn't hate on that. I should be able to congratulate and celebrate my best friend for exceeding to where she thought or expected that she should be or was going to be, and not hate on that situation. So a quality of a good friend is that he or she should not be a hater. They should be able to congratulate you on your accomplishments and do it sincerely and authentically. So number 9 is that a good friend, and I think this is so important, they should be able to hold you accountable. It's very important to have that voice of reasoning in the flesh. This is what I like to say. And to hold you accountable for areas in your life where you need to mature, where you need to grow, where you need to advance, and where you need to be pushed. If you're saying that, hey, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, and and you're very, especially if your health is in jeopardy as far as diabetes, high blood pressure, anything of that nature, and it's a doctor orders that, hey, you need to work out, you need to eat better, drink more water, whatever the case may be, and you share this with your friend, the quality of that friend is not going to say, hey, let's go do this, let's go eat here, let's go do that. Excuse me, I'm getting a little parched. But they're going to hold you accountable. Hey, did you work out this week? Oh, okay. Not beat you up over the head about it. But what I mean, hold you accountable, is just to put it out there, because I'm a firm believer in planting a seed. Once we plant this, once that word is planted, that's all you need to do. And then you go back and you pray about it and hope that it'll manifest itself sooner or later. But we don't need to beat no one over the head about anything, but just hold them accountable and just say, hey, you said, remember what you said, remember how you felt when you got rushed to the hospital because your blood pressure was so high and the doctor told you, remember? So do you want this to happen again? So tomorrow you need to get up at such and such time, go work out, hold you accountable. And I'm speaking from that because that's how my friend was. There was things in my life where things had happened to me, and she was just like, okay, well, you remember when this has happened? Do you want it to happen again? Well, this is what you need to do. Are you going to do it? You have a choice. Holding me accountable, kind of forcing that ball in my court. And it's like, okay, a lot of times I didn't want to hear it, and I did cop an attitude, but she was telling the truth, and I couldn't do nothing but respect it and receive it. So a good friend, a quality of a good friend, is that they're going to hold you accountable on things that you need to do, on things that you should do, because they care about you and they want to see you at your best. So number 10 is that they are, oh my God, like tonight, they're fun to be around. My friend, oh my goodness, we can laugh about anything, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, we can laugh about anything. Anybody who really knows me knows that I like to laugh. I mean, I like to crack jokes. I find the humor in everything. I don't like to be sad. I don't want to be depressed. If someone around me that's like that, it's like, I want to make you laugh. I want to put a smile on your face. I want to see that beautiful smile. That's just me. So me being around my friends, and not just my friend, when I think about it, like, it's 10 of us. It's 5 girls, 5 boys. My brother, may he rest in peace. He's one of the youngest one, but he passed. But when I think about it, this past Thanksgiving, we were all together and we had so much fun. I mean, even down to my children, they are very comical. My little babies, oh my God, they're very comical, and I think we get it from my daddy. But anyway, so I love to laugh. I love to have fun. I don't like to be serious all the time. Like, I don't like being around people who are always serious all the time. Like, that's boring to me. Let's loosen up. Let's have some fun. Let's laugh. We can do it, in any area, in any state. Like, that's just me. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. And being around being a friend, I think that it's important that you have a sense of humor. Or even if it's a sense of humor that only you and that other friend get, it could be very squarish or whatever, or very lame, whatever the case may be. But if you and that other person get it, then it's cool. But have some sort of sense of humor, some type of outlet to laugh, to get it out, to express. And I'm a firm believer that laughter is good for the soul. For an example, and it also can change the atmosphere. I can recall sometimes when my best friend and I were sitting around and we were having probably a moment, and we, one of us, either both of us, started crying. And, myself, or she would say something stupid or something out of the way, or we'll look at ourselves in the mirror, how ugly we look, that ugly cry. And we just started laughing, and we couldn't, it's an uncontrollable laugh. And like within instance and within moments, the atmosphere changes. So that depression and that constant thought of that sad moment don't just settle there and dwell. We learn laughter moves those things out of the way. So I think it's very important, as a friend, you should have some sort of sense of humor. Don't nobody want to be around nobody who's serious all the time. I don't. So that's number 10. And number 11 is that they push you out of your comfort zone. And just real quick, my friend this past 2 weeks, like I like to sing. I don't call myself a singer. I don't call myself a songstress or nothing like that. I just like to sing. You know, I mean, if I'm in the shower, at home, I like to sing. You know, even my daughter, she'll do it. She'll sing or anything. So, I love music. So when we were in church, my friend, she has a beautiful voice, and she's actually on the praise team at our church, and she can sing, and she for years kept pushing me, come on Courtney, let's sing, let's go in the choir. And I was like, I ain't going up there, I know my place, that's not my lane. I'm gonna stay down here and be on the usher board or do something else or whatever, or work in the kitchen. I'm not getting up there in that choir stand and sing. Leave me alone about it. So for years she just kept pushing. She didn't give up on me. She didn't force me. She just kind of kept nudging me, till one day, this past few weeks ago, she was just like, come on, let's go, come on, we're gonna go sing, I was just like, she was like, well, you said let the Lord use you. I'm like, oh Lord, I did say that. So it's like, okay, now she's holding me accountable, so I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. Went up there, did my thing or whatever, and it was over with like that. And after, I was just like, oh my God, I actually did it. And actually, what she didn't know what she was doing was that she did push me out of my comfort zone, and she also pushed me out of to face a fear that I have. And that's, to sing in front of a crowd is different than singing in your home, or in front of someone, a certain individual. But in front of a whole crowd, it's totally different. So I appreciate that. So a good friend is going to push you out of your comfort zone. That's number 11. And my last one, I think, is very, very important. And it's just like I said, these are my 12 things that I think a quality of a good friend should have. And the last one is that a good friend does not mind praying for you and praying with you. I think that it's very important. A lot of times we go through things in life and it can be very heavy, and it's good to have a physical friend there to talk to and to vent to, and to get these things out that we're harboring within our spirit and our soul. A lot of times we need someone to pray for us. Excuse me, to pray our way out of these things, or to pray for covering, protection, and healing. There's so much sickness going on, and we need those things. So my throat trying to act up. So I think it's very important that that a friend should have a quality of praying for you and praying with you. So those are the 12 qualities that I think, and of course I can go on and on and on, but those are just the basic 12 qualities that I think a friend, a good friend or best friend, that my best friend have, and I have for her in a friendship. So if you call yourself a friend, or check and see if you have those things, just a self-check. And if you have a friend that's in your life and they don't have not even 1/3 of those things, and you may want to reconsider using that word friend, because a lot of times we use that word very loosely, and they're not really friends. So just real quick, I just want you all to value the relationships that you do have, cultivate them, grow them, and learn to love and appreciate the friends and the people that you do have in your life, and stop dwelling on the relationships that you don't have, as far as a marriage or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. Stop focusing so much on that, and learn how to value and appreciate the ones that you do have in your life right now, and knowing that those other things, those other relationships, they shall come. So just real quick, I just want you to take those 12 steps, analyze them for yourself, or analyze them in the person in your life that you're calling a friend, and see if they do possess those qualities. Again, just remember that self-love is the best love. Peace.